Everybody out there, this is your friendly neighborhood crazy man. I'm going to give you an idea that will help perhaps contribute to your well-being during this time of the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic. Now, there are two things. One is that it is said that the two modes of transmission. One is from your mouth, the nose, and the other is through your hands. So you can catch it on your hands, give it to yourself in your face, or you can sneeze and cough and breathe on somebody and give it to somebody else with whatever comes out of your mouth, other than what's anyway, let's not go there. So here's what I've devised. If everybody's saying that you got to wash your hands, wash them all the time, wash them for 20 seconds, soap and water. Well, if in the event that you go crazy enough while we're under shutdown, here's my idea. Now, I know I'm not going to make a penny on this. I'm your sort of neighborhood person that doesn't have enough money to go and get this patented right away and manufactured, etc., etc. And everybody thinks I'm crazy to begin with. So I figure if it works, if everybody discovers that it's not a bad method, then so be it. I've contributed to the well-being of my society. So here it is. It's pretty simple. It requires getting yourself a pair of cotton gloves. See? Cotton gloves. Now these happen to have a latex coating on one side. All right? For my purposes, I'm inverting them, basically putting the left on the right and the right on the left. Okay? So, and here's a pair of latex gloves. Okay? So, what you do is this. You put on your pair of latex gloves. Now, if you have to go out and you need to use the subway or go into public places where you've got to open up a door or put your hand on a handrail or even shake somebody else's hand for that matter. And let's say you happen to have a common cold and you don't, think that it's the coronavirus. Well, also that'll help too, because you sneeze and you cough into your hand won't matter. So then the next thing is you're going to take these gloves, okay? And inside these gloves, after you put them on, see? I'm trying to demonstrate this as easily as I can. Now these gloves happen to be, as all gloves, I'm 6'5" and got some pretty big hands. So they don't go on that easily. So here we are, right? I'm putting the gloves on. I'm getting ready to go out for the day, but before I do that, all right, here we go. It goes this way, and then this one. Oh, I got two. There we go. I got two pair. Okay, so you put your gloves on. Okay, now the secret to this is that the logic goes, if you can catch it and spread it through your hands because you've picked it up somewhere, or you've coughed into your hand or sneezed into your hand, or you happen to be walking down the stairs and your hand is on a railing and the guy in front of you just went all over the place. Well, along with your mask that you put on, okay, and put the mask on first before you put your gloves on, because it is a little difficult to handle the string, but you can manage it. There you go. All right, see, I did it. So now you've got your hands wrapped and your mouth is covered like so. All right, okay, I'm gonna take this off. Now, the secret to this is not only are you protecting your hands, but with a solution of soap and water and a piece of sponge. I'm gonna go get that piece of sponge. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now here's a sponge. You're gonna cut this sponge. No, this is my dog. He wants to help, okay? And he's trying to tell me that he likes the glove idea too. All right, you're gonna take, no, you leave that alone. You keep that there. Okay, that's a good boy. You take a piece of the sponge like this, any sponge, little kitchen sponge, and you cut it in half. All right. Okay, so now it's in half. What you're going to do after you've made the solution of soap and water, and if you want to get fancy, you can put a little bit of hydrogen peroxide and a little bit of alcohol in there. That'll make you really comfortable. You saturate the sponge, boom, and then you take that sponge, all right, that you've cut in half, and you put each half, all right, of the saturated sponge into your glove, okay? So you pull the glove down like this, right? Take the saturated piece of sponge, you know, you can drain it out a little bit, and then you pull your glove right back up over it. Now, looks like your hands got the mumps. Let's see if that, you know, you can see, but it's okay. Now what's going to happen is that liquid is going to bleed out into the cotton fabric of the glove, all right? And it's going to drip down into your fingers. And what you have is a supply of disinfectant, all right, in your glove, so that every surface that you touch, all right, is going to be at least partially disinfected as you touch it. So at the same time that you're protecting your hands from any contamination, you're also working together disinfecting the surfaces that you touch or that are touched before you. Now, let's say you sneeze. Well, you don't have to sneeze into your elbow and your arm that doesn't have any disinfectant. It's now got the coronavirus in it. Sneeze into your hand. And guess what? That virus is going to get killed with that portion of disinfectant in the glove itself. Maybe not 100%, but mostly. Okay? So as you're going out through the day, you've got this saturated sponge in there, and then if it runs out a little bit, well, you're going to carry an extra little pack of that solution that you got when you got the hand sanitizer for $5 or $50, depending on where you were and what crook sold it to you. And you're going to refill it. You're just going to take that little packet and you're going to drip it into the hand and on your glove, and that's what you're going to do throughout the day so that you can travel anywhere in the city and feel pretty comfortable that you're not spreading or picking up and contaminating the virus. Now, I leave you with this thought, okay? This is a contingency measure because at some point you're going to have to go outside and you're going to have to go to the grocery store. You're going to have to go somewhere. You may have to use the subway. You may have to use a taxi. So let's see if we can create a mitigating measure that will at least help prevent the spread of it as we are out in public. Oh, okay. Now, I make this disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a rich person. I'm not a scientist, and I'm certainly not a lawyer. So I say to everybody out there, I offer it freely as a gesture of my kindness and my generosity to my fellow human beings. But if you're concerned or if you have any questions, contact your doctor, contact your scientists, contact your friends, contact your political representatives, contact anybody you want. And tell them, hey, this guy's promoting this idea on whatever this media is called. And he looks crazy as a loon. What do you think of the idea? Is it any good? But if it makes you feel better, all right, and it makes sense to you that it works, then go out, get yourself a pair, free of, it's out there, all right, and while we wait for the government to catch up on preparing for the worst, getting a vaccine, which if they're going to make it an all-American business proposition, then we're going to be waiting for some time. And waiting for the curve to flatten, we can help flatten that curve by taking our own mitigating measures, by preventing the two most prominent parts of our body that spread the virus: our hands and our face. So there you have it. This is your friendly neighborhood crazy person signing off. And let me know. Let me know what you think. Now, how do I turn this thing off? Okay, I gotta take my gloves off. Athena, how do I turn this off? Am I still recording?